Today, we're going to continue our lessons on fractions, and our objective for today says I can decompose fractions into unit fractions. Decompose means I can break my fraction into a smaller fraction. And here's the first problem. First problem says 3/4. Now, 3/4 can be written as 3 spelling the unit fourths. I can also model 3/4 being 4 parts and 3 parts are shaded. Now, what does 4 parts mean when we decompose it into unit fractions? 3/4 means that I have individual pieces that I can put together when I'm shading to get 3/4. This means I have 1/4 that I've already shaded, another 1/4 that I shaded, and a final 1/4 that I shaded. An expression to use for this means I had 3 parts that were each 1/4. I had 1/4 plus 1/4 plus 1/4. In other words, I had 1/4 3 times, and that will give me my 3/4. Let's go ahead and recap. The objective says I can decompose fractions into unit fractions. Decompose means break each unit or each fraction into individual parts. Our fraction that we used was 3/4 or 3/4. 3/4 written would be 3, the number, the unit being fourths, and here is a model representation. Now, if we take each individual piece, it means that we have done shaded 1/4 plus another 1/4 plus another 1/4, and we have gotten 3 1/4, which means I have shaded 1/4 3 times. Now, let's try another one. What if we had 5/3? Now, 5/3 means that and if I'm writing this name, I'm writing 5 and my unit is thirds. In other words, I have 3 parts and I'm supposed to be taking 5 parts out. Now, here's my model. We have 3 parts and we're shading 5. Now, we notice that we do not have enough, so we have to recreate another set of thirds. But this time, we're only shading 2. So here, if we were to name each part, that would be 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3 plus 1/3. In total, we have 5 1/3, which means I had to write 1/3 5 times in order to get that fraction. So 5/3, another way it's written is 5 times 1/3.